Do you ever feel like you're chasing multiple goals only to not accomplish any of them? It's almost like each goal represents a rabbit that sticks his head up out the hole, gets you distracted, and you're chasing another rabbit, only to realize that at the end of the day and at the end of the year, you haven't accomplished and caught any of the goals that you were chasing. This is what we call the shiny object syndrome. And in this video, I want to show you the 4 steps that I use that have helped me personally overcome the shiny object syndrome to stay focused and to crush my goals. Now, I want to encourage you to stay to the end because the 4th one is actually the most important because I'm going to show you my focus framework. Now, before we get started, I want you to jump down the show notes and download my clarity guide. It's a 3-step process I go through every single morning while I'm drinking my coffee that allows me to stay focused for the day so I can crush my goals for the day and I can win the day. So just jump down to the show notes and download that guide. So the reality is that you and I are ambitious, high-performing achievers. There are things on our heart that we want to accomplish. We want to win in our family. We want to win in our finances. We want to succeed in our future with our career, with our school, with our academics. We want to get those promotions. We want to start the business. We want to grow and scale to 6, 7, 8 figures. We want to have a spiritually thriving, vibrant life. We want all of those things. That's for me, and that's what I know you want as well. And because of that, what all of us understand is that in order to accomplish anything of significance, we need to have a goal. We need to know exactly what we're trying to accomplish. And so many of you who are watching this, if you're like me, we have goals. We start our year, maybe not with resolutions, but we start our year with goals. I want to lose 10 pounds. I want to save an extra $50,000. I want to transition into a new role. I want to write my book this year. I want to launch the podcast this year. I want to start my business this year, right? I want to get married this year. I want to find the love of my life this year. All of us, we start, generally speaking, we start our year with big, hairy, audacious goals. But somewhere along the way, we find ourselves distracted. We're distracted by maybe a new shiny goal, something else that pops up and that takes our attention off of what we originally thought we were going for. And so we find ourselves chasing multiple goals only to realize that we haven't accomplished any of them. Well, what I want to show you are the 4 steps you can take to actually stay focused and crush your goals. Step number 1, I want you to clearly define what it means to win. Now, win, obviously, you win the game, you win the lottery, you win a prize. We know what winning means, but in your personal life, in your professional life, as you are chipping away at your task list for today and for this week, what does winning look like? What is winning actually? I like to use it as an acronym. WIN stands for what's important now. So what you have to do as you are starting your day is you have to really think about for today, for this week, for this month, what's important now. Every single goal that you go after, whether it's a new goal or an old goal, I want you to evaluate that goal based off of that question. What's important now? Specifically though, what's important now in light of my 12-month goal? So where I want to be 12 months from now, looking into the future, what's important now? You really have to keep that idea top of mind because if not, then everything will be important, but not everything is important. In fact, Benjamin Hardy says that we are kept from our goals not by an obstacle, but by the pursuit of a lesser goal. And for many of us, we are chasing lesser goals. We spend most of our life going after and pursuing lesser goals. So step number 1 is you really have to define, in light of my 12-month goal, what's important now. What is the thing I need to be going forward right now? Now, if you don't have clarity on your 12-month goal, I need you to watch this video right here because this video right here will show you exactly how you can get clear on your 12-month, 1-year goal. But just assume you have clarity on your 1-year goal. Now, every single day when you wake up, you want to take out your journal and you want to be able to say, in light of where I am right now, in light of my goal, what's important for me to take advantage of right now? That is a critical question that every high achiever, high performance individual is able to answer every single day. I should be able to stop you on the street and say, hey, what's important now? I should be able to see you in the line at Walmart and say, what's important now? And you should be able to give me a very clear answer. Wow. Well, as it relates to my finances, this is what I'm doing. And as it relates to my faith, this is what I'm doing. As it relates to my career and my academics, this is what I'm doing. As it relates to my entrepreneurship or my family or my fitness, this is what I'm doing. This is what's important. Here's how I'm tracking it. Here's how I'm measuring it. You have to stay locked in to what that question is. What's important now? Everyone, I just want to take a minute and invite you to join the Accelerate Clarity coaching cohort. This is a coaching cohort designed for individuals who are serious about crushing their goals, and they recognize they need to be a part of a community that will hold them accountable and that will support them as they accelerate towards their future self. If that's you, I want you to go to visionclarityconsulting.com/accelerate. You get all the information there. We meet twice a week. We have hot seats. We have quarterly masterminds. This is designed for individuals who want to take serious the call on their life. And so if that's you, jump over to that website. I'll put the link below. You can learn all about it. This is a 12-month process. It's a 12-month coaching cohort where we are going to make sure that you reach your goals, whatever your goals would be: financial, fitness, your faith, spiritual goals, professional goals, personal goals, whatever your goals will be. These are for individuals who say, you know what? I need community. I need support. I want to make sure I'm not doing this thing alone. I want you to check out visionclarityconsulting.com/accelerate. I'll see you there. The second step in this process is understanding that for many of us, the reason why we jump from goal to goal to goal is because we feel like we're not making progress on our previous goal. So I've hit a wall, and I like to define wall as wavering commitment, adversity, lack of resources, limited perspective. So you've hit the wall and automatically you're saying, well, I'm not making progress over here, so let me jump and start a new goal over there. And that is classic stage 3 behavior. Stage 1 is you set a goal, you're excited, you're ready to crush the goal. Stage 2 is reality sets in and you realize, wow, this goal is going to be harder than I actually thought. Stage 3 is you find yourself in the valley of despair. The valley of despair is when you're like, I've hit the wall. I don't think I can do this. I don't want to do this anymore. And you abandon the goal in stage 3, and then you jump back into stage 1, chasing a new shiny object, chasing a new rabbit, as opposed to powering through stage 3 and then getting to stage 4 where momentum builds, and stage 5, which is success. So the key when you're in stage 3, the key is to understand that even though I might hit the wall, what I want to focus on is consistency over intensity. I want to focus on incremental over monumental. I don't have to make these huge leaps and bounds. If I can just stay consistent, if I can just keep chipping away at it, chipping away at it, chipping away, it might not feel like the mountain is moving all in one day. It might not feel like you're able to eat this entire elephant. But if you just chip away at it, one bite at a time, you will eventually find yourself getting to that point where you look back and you are further along than what you ever anticipated or thought you would be. So step 2 in this process is really understanding this fundamental point that I have to remain consistent. Let me remain consistent for 3 days. Let me remain consistent for 3 weeks. Let me remain consistent for 3 months. That's the process that I lead my clients through. I say, you can do anything for 3 days. Oh, I'm struggling with my weight. I'm struggling with my diet. I'm struggling with my finances. 3 day. We're going to do a 3-day goal. Let's just stay focused for 3 days. You can stay focused on your nutrition for 3 days. You can work out for 3 days in a row. You can do your budget for 3 days in a row. Like, you cannot spend out on fast food or going out to eat or Walmart or Amazon for 3 days in a row. Let's just have 3 days in a row of devotion. 3 days in a row of spiritual connection with God. 3 days is all we're talking about. The power of 3, because what I've learned and what I've heard from my coach is that how you feel today is a result of your last 3 days worth of activity. So if I feel like trash today, it's because for the last 3 days I've been eating trash. Now, and so if I want to overcome how I'm feeling today, I need to give myself a 3-day head start. And so understanding, okay, consistency over intensity, it doesn't have to be 3 years or even 3 quarters or even 3 months. Let me just start with 3 days and focus on 3 days. And at the end of those 3 days, Let me reevaluate. Do I feel better? Do I have more momentum? Has my perspective changed? Do I see the situation differently? Am I still in my emotions and my feelings? Am I experiencing some level of regret still, or some level of disillusionment? Or am I more hopeful and optimistic and leaning forward? At the end of the 3 days, evaluate, review, assess, and then let's commit to another 3 days. That's all I'm talking about. So in order to prevent you from chasing all of these shiny objects and bouncing from goal to goal to goal to goal, never accomplishing anything, I want you to focus on what's important now that I can consistently, not for intensity, I can consistently make progress on for 3 days. That's step 2. Step 3, I want you to understand your triggers. What are those things that are causing you to abandon the goal? Now, we've already talked about the valley of despair. We've already talked about how we hit the wall. But a lot of times, some people abandon goals, not because they're not making progress on their previous goal, but because they're afraid of missing out on a new thing, a new initiative. A friend comes and says, oh, wow, let's start a podcast. And you've been making good progress on your book. And so you're like, okay, great. You abandon a book and start a podcast. And it's like someone else comes and presents a new idea for you to achieve, and you abandon your last idea to go with what they want you. And it just blows my mind how so often it's not that we're not making progress, it's that we have this fear of missing out. We start to compare ourselves to other people. We don't want to feel left behind. And so we abandon the good progress we're making in order to try to keep up with what other people are saying we should do. And so I want you to really, step 3, understand, what are the triggers? What are the environmental circumstances that are taking place around you that are leading you to feel as though you need to abandon your goal? So step 1 is what's important now. Step 2 is consistency over intensity. Step 3 is understand your triggers. Step 4, and the final step in this process, I want you to understand the focus framework. The focus framework simply says, 1 project, 1 goal, 1 timeline. 1 project, launch a personal development podcast. 1 goal, release 10 high-quality episodes that will build audience engagement. That's my goal. 1 timeline, complete it in the next 60 days. Boom, done. 1 project, 1 goal, 1 timeline. 1 project, read a life-changing book. The goal, apply 3 principles from this book to my life for the next 30 days. Timeline, 30 days. 1 project, 1 goal, 1 timeline. The project, build a professional website. The goal, showcase 3 of my best projects with clear outcomes. The timeline, by the end of this quarter. 1 project, 1 goal, 1 timeline. The project, create a consistent morning routine. The goal, wake up every morning at the same time and do a 20-minute morning routine. The timeline, over the next 21 days. 1 project, 1 timeline, 1 goal. If you can understand this focus framework and really apply this focus framework to your life, it will keep you focused and clear on what you should be doing, so that when a shiny object appears, or a rabbit dances across, or runs, or what does a rabbit do? Prances across, you are not distracted and you are not chasing that rabbit. You are focused, you are locked in, you are dialed in. So those are the 4 steps that I take to really make sure that I stay focused and do not fall prey to any shiny object syndromes. Understand what's important now, think consistency over intensity, focus on understanding my triggers, and then 1 project, 1 goal, 1 timeline. Listen, I hope this was helpful to you. I would love for you to share this video if it was. Leave a review, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.